As with most videos involving a Ouija board sessions, this next video is just downright terrifying. What starts off as a simple gathering eventually turns into something straight out of a horror movie. It's late at night when three friends are hanging out. One records the get-together on her new camera when this is captured.
Cámara.
¡Ey!
Hola.
Sí, eso, boluda, no me gusta. ¡Hola! ¡Qué divina tu cámara!
¿Te gusta? Mía, boluda. A nadie me regaló. Me regaló mi mamá.
Ay, comiste tu hija de puta. Tenía. Escucha, trae mate. Hace mate. Dale, dale. Mirá.
Aguanta que
mirá,
todo.
no usa.
Ahí está.
Qué burro.
Ajá.
Dale. Te compras y no se usa. Escuchá, ¿qué pasó con Gaby? Te cuento lo que pasó. Gaby tuvo un accidente.
¿Qué le pasó?
Chocó con la moto. Con la moto del papá.
No.
¿Con quién iba? Con la moto del papá chocó. Vamos a jugar juego de la copa.
No,
Dale, eso
Dale.
estamos. Y para eso vinimos más o menos. Dale.
No, qué crosa.
Ya vinimos a visitar
boluda.
para eso. Dale, claro.
Dale,
boludo.
que dejaron el
Que
otro
lo
día.
estábamos jugando con ellos anoche. Dale. Y vamos a grabar con tu cámara. Dale, vamos. Pará.
Saca eso ahí.
Ay, pará.
Ahí no, tráele más allá. A ver.
Ay, usamos entonces.
Acá. Ahí.
Más frío, tu mate.
Ahí.
Qué refrío. Más o menos. Poné.
Ahí.
Tengo un hambre.
Ahí se ve, ahí está.
Ahí está bien.
Feliz.
Para. Yo tengo más experiencia. Pregunta. Bueno. ¿En serio lo que está pasando?
Sí, en serio.
¿En serio? Pregunta si hay alguien en esta casa. ¿Hay alguien en esta casa?
No jodan, ¿en serio se movió? No jodan, ¿en serio? ¿Viste? Vos sos boluda.
Ay, no. Una joda. Ay, fue una joda. Basta.
¿Puedo hacer con esto?
Pero, boluda, disculpa.
No. Sí, vos sabés.
Jodita. Ay, pero para empezar, bien.
Pero si vos...
Bueno, una joda.
Hay que
Fuera de
terminar.
joda, fuera de joda. Ey, pará, boluda. Estoy mintiendo,
Hay que
no
terminar.
estoy jodiendo. Para clarizar. Eso se movió en serio.
Sí.
Hay que terminar. Agarrá.
No, mira. No,
Ay, boluda,
boluda, dale, que tengo miedo, boluda.
Now something happened that you might have missed. Right before the lights turn off, the wine glass moves on its own. In a state of shock, everyone knew that they probably shouldn't have played with the makeshift Ouija board. From the wine glass moving by itself and moving again before the lights go out, viewers believe that something paranormal happened here. But as always, you be the judge. Was something paranormal captured, or was something else caught? In this last video, a man is spending the night at his grandma's house when he heard strange noises coming from his bedroom. He grabs his phone and starts to record. Needless to say, the video he took is just downright eerie. Now, according to the man, his grandmother's house is very old and paranormal happenings have occurred inside. But one night, the strangest thing happened. This is the video he took.
I'm still hearing voices. Listen. Jesus Christ! I hear knocking again. Oh my God. I'm out of here. Nope.
All of a sudden, a knocking sound comes from the closet, when only seconds later, a child's voice is heard close to the man. If you listen closely, it kinda sounds like it's saying, "Who's that guy?" The man was seemingly chilled to his core. Could it be that the ghost of a child was caught on camera? Or was it something else? This last video comes from Vanessa, who captured something really freaky on her doorbell camera. Vanessa states that she's had spirits and priests constantly showing up in her house, so she doesn't get fazed or scared that easily. But one night, she was looking at her doorbell camera footage at around 11:30 p.m., and it was the only time that she felt truly terrified. This is what the doorbell camera captured. It's hard to see at first, but there appears to be a mysterious face staring at the doorbell camera while hiding behind the flowers. Whoever, or whatever this is very unsettling to look at. It's safe to say that Vanessa was beyond terrified. But like always, what are your thoughts on this? Was the spirit caught on camera? Or might there be some logical explanation to this strange creature? As with most videos, this one remains a mystery. This next video comes from Brandon Costa, who was woken up by a strange noise in his house. He takes out his phone and records the following on camera. It goes without saying, but what was captured is just downright terrifying. Now, according to Brandon, he had played with the Ouija board prior to this incident. Because of this, many believe that something paranormal happened here. This is his video.
Ay, cabrón. No manches. ¿Qué era eso? No. Ay, no manches.
All of a sudden, a face can be seen peeking at Brandon from behind the curtain. Scared out of his mind, he checks to see who's there, but he finds nobody. But then, as Brandon speedwalks into his room, the door quickly closes on its own. Brandon believes that this was something paranormal in nature and had something to do with the Ouija board, but whether paranormal or not, this video remains a mystery. In the following video, a man who is alone at home is woken up late at night by a strange noise. He grabs his phone and begins to record. Needless to say, the video he took is just downright creepy. This is what was caught.
Right, banging again. It's like something on the stairs. You can't hear it though. I can. So every time I look, there's nothing there though. On the stairs, quick. Nothing there.
It appears that someone or something was watching him from a different room. The dark figure that is seen on camera seems to be quite small and seemingly drifts away from the camera's view, leading viewers to think that a ghost was caught in this room. What are your thoughts on this video? In the following video, two friends are recording someone who seems to be staring at something. It isn't until moments later, however, that the friends decide to get closer to this person. What they had seen has left them baffled. Take a look.
Lánzate. Te ordeno que te vayas de mi casa.
Ay, Diosito lindo.
Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado Señor tu voluntad. Danos hoy el pan de cada día. Y no nos dejes caer en tentación y líbranos de todo mal. Amén.
Ay, Diosito lindo.
¿Qué quieres? No te tengo miedo. No te tengo miedo. No te tengo miedo. ¿Qué quieres? ¿Qué quieres?
Mira,
¿Qué
regresa.
quieres? Ven. ¿Qué quieres?
There appears to be a shadowy figure in the corner, manifesting and disappearing at the same time. Whoever, or whatever this was, has left both the friends spooked out of their minds. And now, as with most videos, this one's original source is unknown, and very little context is given. All that is known is that the video is without a doubt strange. Just what exactly was caught on camera? As with all videos, you be the judge on what was captured that evening. Now, the following video's original source is a total mystery, but that doesn't prevent it from being creepy. With or without knowing the video's origin, it's still by far very unsettling. The story goes that the man in this video lives in a village in the Swiss Alps. One night, he heard disturbing noises coming from somewhere. He couldn't really tell what it was, but he knew that it was coming from one of the mountains. He couldn't help himself from finding out what is making these noises. The man proceeds to follow the noise, but little did he know, something would be captured that would haunt him forever. This is what he saw.
Ne znam da li je moguće, ne znam da ste vidli, ili mislim možda što sam sam ovde, kao da mi se učinilo, ne znam da ste vidli, molim vas zavratite, ništa se ne vidi. Ništa ne vidim i dalje. Čini mi se kao da je mrdnulo malo.
Upon enhancing and brightening the video, you can make out what appears to be two giant figures moving swiftly in front of the man. They seem to be floating above ground while moving ever so slightly, leaving the man in total shock. It's for this reason that some viewers think that these might have been angels. As stated by the man, he felt peace and harmless vibes from them. Even when looking through an infrared lens, the figures are still there, proving that they're not fake. But it's up to you to come up with your own conclusion. Just what exactly was on top of this mountain? Zoe Bruno and her family live on a farm that they believe sits on haunted ground. Zoe's videos all have something supernatural to do with them, leading viewers to believe that their farm is cursed. One day, one of their pigs had given birth to a pair of deformed baby pigs, but they were born dead. Because of this, along with other strange occurrences, they start to document their farm even more for the intent of getting support from viewers. But one night, something happens that leaves them extremely terrified. Zoe's sister was home alone when strange noises were coming from one of the stables. She began to record immediately. This is the video she took.
Hola chicos, estoy grabando este video porque mi papá y mi mamá se fueron a comprar una cosa en el almacén y mi hermano Seban está en la pieza, pero yo sentí el olorado por acá. No sé qué está pasando, pero quiero tratar de grabar. ¡Ah! Miren eso. ¡Ah! ¡Ah!
If you look closely, you can see a face peeking at Zoe's sister from behind a wooden post. Naturally, the family was beyond terrified after seeing the video Zoe's sister had taken. What they had seen has left them terrified, but for now, this video remains a mystery. In the following video, a woman is woken up late at night by her dog barking non-stop at something outside her window. Feeling slightly unsettled, she takes out her phone and records the following. It goes without saying, but what she saw has left her completely spooked. This is her video. Although it's hard to see at first, if you look close enough, you can make out what appears to be a shadowy figure standing completely still. It seems to observe the woman, who becomes paralyzed with fear upon seeing the supernatural entity. Right when things get intense, the video ends abruptly. It's safe to assume that whoever or whatever was caught on camera has left both the woman and her dog terrified beyond belief. But it would be the following video that leaves them in constant fear. A couple nights after the previous video, this was caught on camera.
Hola gente, otra vez el ruido ese. Poco estoy haciendo compañía hoy, pero ya estoy sola. Todavía se escucha un ruido de abajo. Y la verdad que no sé. Ay, la con olor a algo ahí. Sora. Sora, subí. Ay, no, Dios santo. Nera.
Upon seeing a pair of distorted hands, the woman bolts down the stairs to get her dog. She pans the camera under the stairs for a split second, but to her shock, nothing is there. It's as though whatever was beckoning to the woman had disappeared. Now there's something very off about these hands. It seems to have very pale, skinny fingers, and it moves like a buried body. Although this notion might not be true, there's no doubting that whatever was caught on camera is just downright creepy. Had the woman actually captured something supernatural, or was something else entirely different caught instead? Let me know what you think. A mother is recording her daughter after she said something that has left her concerned. Her daughter said that she saw someone or something moving in the closet. This was strange because as of recent, the family has been experiencing strange activity in their home. The mother believes that a squatter is hiding in their house and watching them. Now she had thought this for a while, until one night something extremely creepy happened that a squatter wouldn't be responsible for. The mother, whose name is Cheryl, was sewing in her room when her daughter, who was next to her playing with her toys, said that something had moved in the closet. Cheryl grabs her phone and recorded this.
Hey guys, just wanted to jump on really quick because I had to stop sewing. My daughter just said that something weird really happened and we've been experiencing a lot of strange things lately, just different noises and stuff. Don't mind my mannequins, I sew for a living, so. Can you tell mommy what you just said?
I think there's something under the door.
Under the closet door? Is that what scared you? It's okay. What?
I'm scared.
Let's go, come on.
After opening the closet, the mannequin starts to shake on its own before plummeting to the ground, at which point Cheryl and her daughter both head out of the room. This occurrence has left Cheryl thinking that something paranormal is going on instead of there being a squatter in her home. Now you might be wondering why Cheryl has a bunch of mannequins in her room. This is because she works as a seamstress from home, so the mannequins are meant to display the clothing she makes. But some believe that the dolls are cursed or haunted. But Cheryl isn't totally sure about that, as other things have been happening before she bought the mannequins. Only a few months after the previous incident, this was captured. We can see Cheryl's daughter in her room when this happens. Cheryl's daughter walks toward the closet and opens the door. She stares inside the closet for a while before walking out of the room, but even more chilling, the door slowly closes by itself. Whatever happened here is unknown. Cheryl hasn't posted any new footage regarding the unusual activity yet, so for now, we'll have to base our judgment currently at hand. Like most videos, this one has yet to be solved. A security camera in a warehouse captured something that is leaving workers feeling very unnerved. The following video comes from xalien97, who works as a construction worker at a warehouse where the following video was taken. Ever since showing this footage to his coworkers, they've been feeling scared of their workplace. They're afraid that they will experience this very strange incident. In a short video, xalien describes what had happened in the footage.
So I work security at this construction site, right? We got all the trucks. We got these real things right here. There you go. One of these. These things are heavy. Just a little backstory. It was a construction worker that he needed help pushing one of these. He says a guy came up to him, another worker, and he says, "I got you. Just guide me and I'll push it for you." So I said, "Okay, cool." So he was guiding him. He kept telling him, "Back it up, back it up, back it up," and he was pushing it. When they were done, he went around the reel to tell him thank you, and he says that he was gone.
Now if this wasn't creepy enough, one day, the worker who was in the footage had walked into the main office of the building. Inside, there's a memorial wall with photos of former construction workers. The man looked at one photo, and in it, he saw the man who had helped him push the reel. But here's where things get even more strange. A text below the photo said the following: "In loving memory of Jacob Walker, 1950 to 2015. The following is what was caught on camera that is leaving workers unsettled. Take a look. It now becomes clear as to why workers are left weirded out by this footage. The reel just moves slowly towards the man as if it was being pushed by someone. Based off of the guard's backstory, could it be the spirit of Jacob Walker who was helping the worker push the reel? Or did something else entirely different happen here? Rewatch the clip and see what you think. It's the dead of night when a man named Ollie is exploring an abandoned house somewhere in Turkey. The house is in dead isolation and is known as a hotspot for supernatural sightings reported by ghost hunters. Now Ollie is a ghost hunter himself who decides to visit this place at night with the intent of encountering anything paranormal. As he goes in, he immediately feels on edge.
Bismillah. Allahu Ekber.
The loud noises coming out of nowhere is without a doubt creepy, but it's what happens next that is by far the most terrifying thing Ollie has ever seen. This is what was caught. It's hard to see in the dark, but once lightning brightens the sky, a tall hooded figure can be seen staring at Ollie from the other side of the house. It stands completely still, without Ollie even noticing. It's unclear as to what was seen here, but many believe that it was something otherworldly, given on the history of this place. But like always, the verdict is yours to make. Just who, or even what, was captured? There's an abandoned theme park in Mexico that many believe is haunted. Reino Mágico opened in 1988 and was known as the Disneyland of Latin America, but the park shut down a few years later after many fatal accidents took place. But not only that, many visitors reported paranormal encounters here. It's no surprise though to most people that the park was built next to a cemetery. Urban explorers are creeped out by this fact, but they're even more scared of the statues at the park. It is said that the statue of Snow White moves on its own during the nighttime. Although many people have recorded evidence of the statue moving on its own, this one has got to be the scariest. One night, two friends explore this place at night when something downright chilling is caught on camera. Have a look.
Bueno, tú tienes tu luz. ¿Sí?
Güey, ese es el velador de...
Es el velador, ¿no? Ah, velador. ¡Ey! ¡Velador!
Aguanta, aguanta, espérate, ey. Shh, no te muevas. No mames, no te muevas, no te muevas ahí. Güey.
¿Velador?
Ese no es el velador, güey.
Güey, no es el velador.
No. No, aguanta, deja que mi cámara enfoque bien, deja que mi cámara enfoque bien, güey, eso no es el velador. No digas perras mamadas, güey. No digas perras mamadas, güey. Perdón. Güey, ¿fue aquí? No digas mamadas, güey. Miren. No digas mamadas, güey. No, Yus. No. No, güey, no mames.
¿Qué fue eso, güey?
No sé.
No mames, güey. No mames.
¿Crees que haya sido ella?
Güey, nos estamos metiendo más adentro del reino más. Banda, comparte.
No mames, güey, no mames.
Upon looking closely, the two friends see someone or something walking away from the camera's view. But strangely, The person they're seeing appears to be wearing a dress. It is at this point that the friends ran towards the so-called person. Fast forward to the friends seeing the statue of Snow White, and it was right then and there that they thought that it was the statue moving on its own. Was the statue of Snow White actually seen moving all by itself? Or might there be some logical explanation for this truly odd occurrence? Brandy River has been experiencing strange activity at home. She's been trying to capture the unusual happenings on camera, but hasn't been able to. But one night, she was able to catch something pretty creepy. Brandy was with her sister when all of a sudden, this happens.
Girl, there ain't nothing back there, I'm telling you.
The light just went off.
Nothing back there, right?
There's nobody back here.
I told you. There's never... Oh my god!
Clearly, Brandy was left unnerved, but she was left even more so from the following incident. She was going out to dinner with her kids, so she turned all the lights off in the house before they left. But when they got back from eating, one light was on. Brandy grabs her phone and records this.
So, me and my kid just got back from eating dinner, and my bedroom light is on, which is strange because I don't remember leaving it on.
Are you sure?
Let me... Yeah.
I'll stay right by the door.
Yeah, I want you... Oh my god. Somebody broke in.
Someone or something is inside the room, but when Brandy checks inside, she finds no one there. To this day, Brandy thinks that something paranormal is going on in her home. But as always, what are your thoughts on this? This next video comes from a Reddit user who claims that something happened in their room that nobody can explain. On June 19th of 2022, their home security camera captured something extremely unsettling. Ever since this incident, they haven't been able to sleep at night and are therefore trying to reach out for help. It goes without saying, but what was captured is just downright creepy. The following is what was caught on camera.
Hello everyone, this is our experience on June 19th, 2022. I would like to thank you all for your continued support during this difficult time. I was fully asleep at this point and I was trying to wake up. We were both half asleep at this point, and I don't really remember what happened exactly. I just heard a sound.
All of a sudden, the door opens and slowly closes by itself before things start to move around, causing the couple to wake up, seeming unsure about what just happened. Now, they didn't know what was going on at this time. It wasn't until watching the footage that they posted it online, hoping for anyone to explain it.
If you guys have any actual explanation like that's scientific to why these things are happening to us, that would actually put us at ease. I have had a few experiences at my house before this one, but nothing to this extent. So, I don't know. I think it might be following me.
Now unfortunately, posting the video made things worse for them as viewers are telling them to move out of the house, making them feel more uneasy. But what do you think? Is this actual evidence of something paranormal, or was something else captured? This next video takes place inside a rundown elementary school that's been abandoned for years. Due to structural damage and improper layouts, the school was deemed unsafe and was left abandoned. Right now, the school is entirely void of anyone else inside, or so it seems. Now the person in this video has explored this place before, but he claims that something else haunts this place. Chris Hill, who you may recall from previous videos, is an urban explorer who has come across many things, from homeless squatters that he encounters, to finding a load of hidden money in an abandoned prison. But he also encounters many strange things. The following video has to be the scariest of them all. It's the dead of night when Chris enters an abandoned school. He goes in and immediately feels uneasy.
This is weird, man.
The classroom items left behind and the weird atmosphere inside make this place all the more creepy. But eventually, something pretty unsettling was caught on camera. Chris is exploring when this is captured.
Alright. This is the main lobby. Main office. Safe is still here. Wonder what's in it. Oh, shit. Where the f did he go? He was standing right here. He's probably in this room. Get my gun. Hello. Where did he go?
was standing right here. And it's getting really cold. What the fuck is going on?
All of a sudden, a faint scream is heard inside the building. Chris then turns around and sees a shadowy figure suddenly manifesting and then disappearing. Chris checks everywhere, but finds nobody inside. Obviously, Chris was spooked out of his mind. Further adding to the strangeness, Chris says the room, without warning, got extremely cold. Now this is very similar to when Chris had explored an abandoned warehouse, which turned out to be extremely haunted. This is a similar encounter, but the following incident makes this notion more likely the case. Chris is in a different hallway when this is captured.
Somebody's in there. Scared the... Oh, man. Oh, man. Get my gun out. Hello. Oh, it's a toy. Oh my god, that scared the with me. Holy, scared the hell out of me. Excuse my language. Heart is racing. I thought it was a person standing there. It's a toy. Look at this. That's... Why would somebody leave that in here? Make sure nobody's actually in here. Get that thing, man. That is creepy.
Now the mannequin itself is pretty disturbing, but it's what happens that's beyond strange. Mysteriously, the doll just falls on its own without warning, as if an unseen presence had pushed it. Feeling creeped out, Chris investigates the entire bathroom, but finds nobody inside. But this next occurrence caused Chris to flee out of the school. This is what was caught.
This place is crazy. I remember the last time I explored it. Oh, shit. Hello? Hello? What? Okay, I know I heard somebody coming down these stairs. I'm out. There is definitely something weird going on in this school.
Footsteps are heard going up the staircase, but when Chris checks to see who's up there, he finds nobody in sight. Following that, Chris immediately runs out of the school. With all these occurrences that happened inside here, viewers no doubt believe that something haunts this school. Yet, others think that there might just be a squatter inside. But we never see a squatter, let alone anybody, whenever something strange happens. But like always, what's your stance on this? Paranormal or not? man is smoking inside his house that he recently bought when something extremely unnerving is caught on camera. The man in this video is known as Maguro, and he had recently bought a stigmatized property after the previous owner had been dealing with paranormal activity. Now Maguro is someone who I featured before. Maguro is a psychic who bought the owner's house for the sole purpose of letting the owner know what is going on in his old home. It's unknown if the owner is still experiencing unusual happenings in his new home, but his old one continues to be haunted. Now one night, as Maguro was asleep, something was captured by the security camera installed in the bathroom. This is what was caught. Now although this footage is nonetheless pretty creepy, the following footage has to be the most terrifying video he's ever filmed. It's the dead of night and we can see Maguro smoking inside an empty room. He smokes inside because his neighbors don't like it when he smokes on the property outside. So Maguro often smokes in this room. But little did he know that something was going to happen that would leave him beyond scared. This is what was caught. Immediately after Maguro turns off the lights, a tall, shadowy figure can be seen observing Maguro. It appears in both rooms and stands completely still. Now what's even more creepy about this figure is right when night vision mode activates on the camera, the figure is nowhere to be seen. It's as though it vanished. Maguro believes that whatever was caught on camera is responsible for all the other occurrences that have happened in this house. Maguro continues to document this house, but for now, we'll have to base our judgment currently at hand. Just what exactly is going on in this house? An anonymous individual named S had broken into a house that many people stay away from at all costs. The house is abandoned, and something about it just doesn't sit well with neighbors. Now the district the house is located in prohibits anyone from entering the place, as neighbors report seeing shadowy figures peeking through the windows. This giant mansion with lots of antiques and breathtaking artifacts once belonged to a single man who lived here, who passed away from old age. Hearing about its history, a psychic breaks into the property with the intent of capturing anything paranormal. As he goes in, he's immediately overcome by a feeling of dread. But fast forward to a few minutes later, and this was caught on camera. Without warning, a small statue falls off the shelf it was placed on. The man slowly walks towards it after finding nothing that could explain who or what had done this. It's as though it fell on its own. Although creepy, it's what happens later on that's the most unsettling. The man eventually enters the second floor. He sets up a different camera to get a different point of view of the house. As he sets everything up, this was captured. Out of nowhere, a small silhouette can be seen standing against the wall. Now the man didn't realize the shadowy figure right away, but after rewatching the video, he was spooked out of his mind. Whatever this was definitely unsettling to the man. Had he seen this right away, viewers believe that he would have bolted out of the house. But it's what happens next that does exactly that. As the man walks through the second floor, he finds many rooms that are locked. Watch. All of a sudden, the door the man had walked through opens on its own before suddenly closing on the man. The man tries to open the door to safety, but realizes it's locked. Eventually, the door unlocks, at which point he hightails out of the house. Yet something else was captured that the man hadn't noticed until rewatching the footage. While he runs out of the house, a dark figure can be seen standing in the room he was in. It seems to be observing the man while standing still. Some believe that whatever this was responsible for all the paranormal activity that has happened inside here. But as always, what's your stance on this? Paranormal or not? For more info on the story, check out the channel Fourth Wall, where other paranormal videos like this one can be found. following video, a man is woken up late at night by a strange noise. He reaches for his phone and starts to record. As he goes downstairs to search his home, something bone-chilling was caught on camera. Now the person in this video, whose name is Marvin, has recently been experiencing unusual events at home. But one night, something very unsettling was caught on camera. Now at first, he thought that his roommate was pulling a prank on him, as his roommate likes to do so. We can hear Marvin calling for his roommate. But as he continues to record, something happens that made Marvin realize this wasn't a prank. Take a look.
Alvin. Fuck. This fucking shit ain't funny anymore, man. The fuck, dude? Alvin. Shit ain't funny, man. Fuck. Alvin. Hey, bro.
As Marvin cautiously heads downstairs, the toys that belong to his niece start to go off by themselves. He turns it off and looks everywhere else to find his roommate, but then a loud thump is heard. Following that, the dining room light starts to swing on its own. It was at this point that Marvin knew that something paranormal had happened here, but this wouldn't be the last of it, as only a few days after this incident, something far more terrifying was caught on camera. Marvin is showing off a new feature he discovered on his Xbox One, when something is captured without him even noticing. This is what was caught.
Hey you guys, I just wanted to show you guys a pretty quick feature of the Xbox One and its Connect. It actually has a pretty cool night vision that I just found today. And if you guys already know it has night vision, then I'm going to show the people who don't know. So, right now it's completely dark in this house right now. All you can basically see is my Xbox One controller. Now I'm going to switch on the night vision for you guys. As you can see, it lights up the whole room. It's actually a pretty cool feature. I don't know if they have an app for this or whatnot, but they also have this version of the camera. I don't know what it is. I think it's either infrared or something like that. And then back to dark. As you can see, all you can see is my Xbox controller. And then back to night vision. It's actually pretty cool feature for the Xbox Connect that I haven't really heard of until now. Maybe they have an app for it or something like that. But yeah, thanks for watching.
It was only after night vision mode was activated that the camera caught two shadowy figures manifesting in the kitchen. The figures seemingly observed the camera from a distance before vanishing into thin air. After rewatching this video, Marvin knew that something is haunting his house. Viewers also agree, as the footage makes it clear that a ghost was caught on camera. But what do you think is going on here? Is something haunting Marvin's home? Or is something else entirely different going on instead? Let me know what you think. The following video comes from a man who lives in a home with lots of religious products and artifacts that he collects. The man mostly plays his piano for a living and sings verses from the Bible. If he's not doing that, then he's worshipping the artifacts that he has in his apartment. Pretty much everything he does is based off of something religious. Now you might be thinking that this man is simply devoted to his religion. Well, that's partly true. The biggest reason why he prays a lot and sings verses from the Bible is completely different. This man has been experiencing strange activity at home. Ever since he visited his father's gravesite, unusual events have started. Something had followed him home. Ever since then, the man has been singing and praying a lot for the desperate hope of getting rid of whatever is haunting him. One day, the man is taking a nap when he wakes up to something outside his room. This is what was caught.
Bueno, estoy grabando este video porque estoy tratando de dormir, pero acabo de escuchar un golpe duro por allá en la sala, entonces decidí grabar porque hace días que se viene presentando cosas extrañas en el apartamento. Son las 4 y cuarto, 4:13 minutos de la tarde, entonces me parece muy extraño que hasta ahora están sucediendo como cosas raras. Entonces, comedor. Miren, es en el comedor. Tengo las ventanas cerradas, miren. Nada. Esto viene sucediendo hace como una semana ya. Pues la verdad se me hace muy extraño. Se me hace muy extraño que estén pasando cosas así.
The man captures what appears to be silverware moving on its own. Mind you though, that all of the windows are closed as stated by the man. Understandably, he was left unnerved, but not as much as what happened a couple days later. The man is once again in his bed, but this time, he looks deeply distressed. He records the following on camera.
En el nombre de Jesús te ordeno que te vayas. En el nombre de Jesús ordeno que te vayas. No tienes derecho de estar aquí. Ordeno que te vas. Ordeno que te vas en el nombre de Jesús.
Sounding fed up with the supposed spirit, the man demands the entity to leave his apartment. But eventually, after doing so many times, a piano key is pressed by something that can't be seen. The man sees this, at which point he bolts out of the room, fearing for his safety. It was at this point that he was absolutely certain that something possibly evil is inside his apartment. But if this wasn't enough evidence, 4 days later, the man captures something even more disturbing. It's the dead of night, and the man and his girlfriend who is spending the night wake up to loud noises coming from the kitchen. What was captured leaves both of them extremely terrified.
Bueno, voy a grabar este video porque nuevamente se están escuchando en el apartamento ruidos. Son las 3 de la mañana con 16 minutos y...
Escucha.
Sí, amor, sí se escucha. ¿Es en la sala?
Sí. Escucha.
Esta vez no estoy solo, esta vez estoy con mi novia que por fin decidió venir a acompañarme, pues estaba asustada debido a todas estas cosas que están pasando. ¿Dónde es eso, amor?
La cocina.
¿Qué fue eso?
¿Se cayó?
Yo voy a mirar. ¿Qué es aquí, amor? ¿Qué es aquí? Señor bendito. Amor, quédese acá, yo voy solo, amor.
Yo voy.
Prenda la luz, prenda la luz. Se ve todo tranquilo por acá. En el nombre de Jesús, manifiéstate. Parece que es en la cocina. En el nombre de Jesús, manifiéstate. Vaya para el cuarto, amor. ¿Qué fue eso? ¿Estás viendo, amor? ¿Estás viendo? Es en la cocina, amor. Cuidado con la cocina. Manifiéstate en el nombre de Jesús. Te ordeno que te manifiestes. ¿Qué fue lo que sonó así ahorita, amor?
La cocina.
Mierda. Mira, amor, mira. Las que me tiras, amor. Es un vaso. Es un vaso. Mira, todos los cajones están abiertos. ¿Qué es lo que pasa aquí, Dios mío? Amor.
Strangely, the wind chimes move on their own and the kitchen appears to be ransacked. Yet according to the man, no signs of any forced entry were seen anywhere in the house. Further adding to the strangeness, the man says that his girlfriend felt very ill only minutes after this incident. Whether or not this had something to do with her sudden illness is unknown. But considering the following incident, the man believes that the spirit actually caused her sickness. Once again, the man is woken up late at night by strange noises. He grabs his phone and begins to record. What happens later on leaves him in total shock. Watch. Without warning, loud footsteps can be heard charging towards the man before the man falls to the ground after being attacked by whoever ran towards him. Horrified, the man lies in silence, paralyzed with fear. It isn't until moments later that the man picks up his phone and ends the video. Now, some viewers find it odd that the man rarely turns on the lights, but the man states that the lights are located in the front entrance, which he is too scared to approach. The man desperately continues to pray and sing passages from the Bible to get rid of the presence that is provoking him. But until more info is brought forth, these videos remain a mystery. This next video comes from Troy Legault, who lives with his family and 3 dogs in a suburban house that was only built 10 years ago. Given on the age of this home, Troy doesn't think it's old enough to be haunted. Yet, just recently, it seems that Troy has had a change in minds, as him and his family have been dealing with strange activity. From objects moving on their own, to lights occasionally turning on and off for no reason, Troy has plenty of evidence to prove his home is haunted. But one piece of evidence in particular scares him the most. It's early in the morning, and no one is home when this is captured. Not much else is known about this video, other than the fact that nobody was home during this time. Given on this context, this video becomes a whole lot more strange. If the home was empty of people, then who or what was doing this? Troy is yet to figure out what had caused this, but until more footage is brought forth, it remains a mystery for now. In the following video, a man is exploring a house that is said to be extremely cursed. The man recording is anonymously known as S, and he has broken into this house after being requested by a family member to investigate. Now, the family who lived here mysteriously went missing. Nobody is certain how or why they disappeared, but most believe that something pretty terrible happened to them. It is said that the grandmother was locked up in a small room where unfortunately she decomposed. After years of all this happening, the daughter shared CCTV footage of what was going on after they went missing. Take a look. It appears that a very strange phenomenon is going on in this home. The daughter shared the disturbing footage and started to reach out for people who can investigate. After getting the email, a psychic known as S breaks into the property by entering through a window. He goes in and feels an ominous vibe. But fast forward to a few minutes and something extremely terrifying was caught on camera. This is what was caught. Upon hearing the front door being knocked by its handle, S slowly walks towards it as the knocking becomes louder. He stands in silence while seemingly trying to stay calm. But it was right at that moment that something far more terrifying was caught. As S pans the camera towards the hallway, a tall, shadowy figure is seen entering a room. It immediately walks away when S flashes the camera towards it. Even more chilling is that it was probably there stalking him the entire time. S sees this and walks toward the room where it was spotted, but he finds nobody. So then, what exactly is going on in this house? For more information on this story, check out the channel Fourth Wall, where other paranormal clips can be found. This next video comes from a small channel whose only video is the one you're seeing. It was posted in 2008, but the video itself is just downright creepy. In the video, a group of friends are hanging out at a friend's house when they decide to play a famous street song. But later in the video, something was captured that is beyond terrifying. Have a look.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, go.
Espera, la que ponga.
A tall apparition is seen observing the friends from outside. Viewers no doubt believe that a ghost was caught on camera and was provoked to the song. Not much else is known about this video, so it's hard to be sure if that's so. But if anything, whatever this was remains a mystery. In a previous video, I talked about a man named Jacob who had inherited a very old house that once belonged to his grandmother. Jacob isn't too sure if he wants the house, as it's very out of shape and requires a lot of renovating. But not only that, there's a creepy clown doll that also belongs to his grandmother. The clown doll, known as Jeffrey, scares Jacob. Ever since the previous incident, he hasn't been able to sleep at night.
I just heard knocking from the closet.
Ever since this incident, he keeps Jeffrey locked up in a different room. But one night, something bone-chilling was caught on camera. It's 12 a.m. and Jacob is woken up to banging coming from the room where the clown doll was put. He grabs his phone and records this.
I just heard banging.
As Jacob cautiously walks over to the room, a loud noise is heard downstairs. He pans the camera down there when suddenly, the sound of footsteps are heard slowly going up the stairs. Moments later, the room's door opens on its own, but even more scary, you can see Jeffrey looking at Jacob. Initially seeing facing the wall, it's now staring at Jacob. He then ends the video and locks himself in his own room until the next morning. He is now certain that Jeffrey is haunted. Being even more afraid of the doll, he moves Jeffrey into the basement.
Another update. You know, I think I'm definitely going to be moving Jeffrey. Like, with whatever happened last night, I don't want him near me. I'm going to be putting him in the basement, so I'm going to follow up. This is the results so far. I'm going to leave him here for now, but I think I'm going to put a camera here. Jeffrey's still here, so
We're gonna see if there's anything I miss.
Now Jacob will put a security camera in front of Jeffrey to see if it captures anything. If so, he'll get a notification from his phone. A few nights later, he is notified of movement from his basement. He watches the footage and sees that the camera is moving side to side, but this didn't alarm him as the camera was placed on top of a heater that has a timer that turns it on and makes it move. So the heater had turned on at this time. But as Jacob continues to watch the footage, he sees the following that terrified him to his core. This is what was caught. Eerily, the clown's arm moves on its own. Seconds later, the light bulb blows out in a loud explosion, making the basement completely dark. But then, a very faint voice is heard whispering something that's hard to make out. This may just be the scariest occurrence Jacob has seen. Jeffrey continues to be recorded, but until then, Jacob is definitely keeping the doll in the basement. In this next video, a family is recording themselves riding the pirate ship ride at a county fair when something downright creepy was caught on camera. According to the husband in the video, there was once a woman who tragically died in this exact same ride from falling off the ship while in motion, but that was a very long time ago. If this happened, then this video becomes a whole lot more interesting. This video was taken in 2008 at around 10 p.m. What was captured is pretty creepy. Be sure to pay close attention or you might miss it. In case you missed it, there are 4 passengers in the row the family is in, but once the camera pans back to the family, there's one less person. Eerily, the woman in the far right corner mysteriously disappeared. Viewers believe that the spirit of the woman who died on this ride was caught on camera. It's as though she was happily riding the pirate ship before disappearing. Viewers also point out that her face looks injured in a couple of frames. Although the family may or may not agree with this notion, there's no doubting that they were left shaken up by this video. Was the spirit of the deceased woman caught on camera? Or was this all just a simple illusion? This next video comes from a small YouTube channel that only has one video. The video in question is the one you're seeing, so obviously no context or background information is given on this video. In the clip, a group of friends decide to visit an abandoned house that is haunted to do a paranormal investigation. The main reason for this has to do with one of the friends having a nightmare about a spirit that has been visiting them in his dreams. The friend thinks that the spirit is trying to communicate with him, So, they decide to do a ghost hunting session in a place where they think the spirit lives. The video starts with them knocking on the door. Nobody answers, so they break into the house.
Dai, entrate un attimo. No. C'è sul casino qua.
Che cazzo sei?
Allora dovete sapere che c'è un gatto su con 3 gattini. Non abbiate paura. Di miagolia, di roba. È stato così camminato.
Non c'è niente.
Non c'è nulla.
Cammina.
Raga, la porta.
Dovete essere
No, la porta lasciala.
Tranquilla.
Lascia
la porta
aperta, dico io.
Giulia, hai paura? Sì. Giù. Abbiamo detto che provate.
Dai, adesso.
Basta, no, fermi. No, raga. Fermi. Giulia, zitto. Parlo io. Senti. Qua, Alessa. Allora, raga, calmo te. Abbiamo detto calmo. Tony, calmo e sangue freddo. Zitti. Proviamo a comunicare.
Now, although it's hard to make out what is going on, a few things become apparent. The group enters a narrow hallway with a staircase. They go to the bottom of the staircase that leads to a closed room. They heard noises coming from up there, leading them to think that the spirit is in this room. So, they start to ask questions, when out of nowhere, this happens.
Allora, io ho avuto il sogno. Zitti. Sei tu che mi sei venuto in sogno. Zitti. Raga, guardate la pelle. Pelle d'oca. Sei tu che mi sei venuto in sogno. Sei una donna.
È frocio.
Che stai morendo qui perché è frocio. Guardiamo. Sei un uomo. Aiuto. Mi fermi. Illumina. La tua età è compresa tra i 30 e i 40 anni. Zitti. Illuminate. Zitti.
Mettete
la tua età è compresa tra i 30 e i 40 anni. Tra i 40 e i 50. Tra i 50 e i 60. Fermi. È un uomo tra i 50 e i 60.
Sei una salma, ancora fai sti...
Tra i 50 e i 55.
As the group continues to ask questions, a loud tapping noise is heard inside the room. But the group then checks the room, but finds nobody inside. So, they continue to ask questions, when suddenly, things get very chaotic. Watch.
Sei tu che mi sei venuto in sogno.
Non far credere.
Sei tu che mi sei venuto in sogno. Fermi. Zitto. Iridescente, ripetete. Iridescente. Basta.
Tu canti, ma sei stupido.
Che iridescente.
Sì, ok, molto.
Sono porca sopra. Iridescente. Ha a che fare col tesoro.
Siete passi, Andro.
Ha a che fare col tesoro. Benissimo.
Toccano qui, è stato, non toccare quella cosa.
Citto. Il tesoro è in cantina.
È meglio che non c'è in cantina perché non ci andiamo in cantina.
Raga, dai, non dobbiamo avere paura. Hai visto?
Anna, vogliai?
Se veramente. Fermi, raga. No.
Casca tutto, andiamo.
Giulia. Tocca la croce che hai al collo. Tranquillo. Prego.
Calma.
Sì, ti faccio lo
Calma. La porta!
Basta. Calmi. Stiamo sistemando.
Andiamo via la telecamera, crolla tutto. Usciamo.
Ma fermi, raga. Un attimo.
Giulia, no.
No, giù. Zitti. Adesso devi attendere un attimo.
No.
Eerily, the door slowly opens on its own before a piece of debris falls to the ground. Moments later, the door opens and rapidly closes, causing the friends to run out of the hallway. A few minutes pass, and the group runs out of the house beyond terrified. The video then ends with everyone outside. With no explanation to this video and no information, it's hard to say if it's real or fake. However, all reactions are genuine. But as always, you be the judge on this video. Had the group actually encountered something paranormal? Or is this simply just a clip that's been staged? Feel free to let me know your thoughts on this video. A security camera shows someone in bed when something very strange is caught on camera. The video comes from a family known as the Muldownies, who live in a neighborhood with many dogs, but the most favorable dog according to them is their golden retriever whose name is Murphy. From taking walks through trails he's never been in, to camping at lakes whenever he gets the chance. The entire neighborhood has a special place in their heart for Murphy. But sadly, one day, Murphy was roaming in the yard when he suddenly collapsed out of nowhere. He seemed more quiet than usual, so he was rushed to the vet. Murphy had passed away. Every relative was devastated upon the news, but not as much until a friend had shared surveillance footage of their bedroom. The footage shows what is believed to be the spirit of Murphy caught on camera. Take a look. After months of experiencing total agony, seeing this had brought everyone a sense of peace. Even though Murphy is physically gone, they all take comfort in the thought that he's still with them in spirit. As with all videos, you be the judge on this one. On March 1st of 2022, a home security camera captured footage of what viewers believe is severe paranormal activity. The following video comes from a Reddit user who was concerned for his family as they have been recently experiencing unusual events at home. The Reddit user, who is a father, started to post the footage online for the sole purpose of getting support from others. Overall, the footage the father posted is downright disturbing. It's early in the morning when the father, his wife, and his kids are asleep, but all of a sudden, his daughter's radio turned on by itself. The daughter then said that only seconds after the radio turned on, she saw a dark, shadowy figure in her room. The footage, caught from a different point of view, is what happened that night. Take a look. This incident has naturally left the family spooked out of their minds. They believe that their daughter actually encountered something paranormal. Now, prior to this incident, something else happened that nobody can seem to explain. It's 3 in the morning when all of a sudden, this happens. The family has no idea where the sound came from, but some believe that something supernatural had made this sound. Given on what happened, viewers are absolutely certain that the Reddit user's family are dealing with paranormal activity. The events in their home seem to be getting more intense, and unfortunately, they aren't getting much advice from viewers. But as always, you be the judge on these truly terrifying occurrences. Just what exactly is going on in this home? This last video comes from someone who found the video without revealing its origin. Its original source is unknown, but even without knowing its backstory, the footage is no less scary. A child is sleeping inside their crib when something happens that terrifies its parents. This is the footage.
Ah!
Somehow, the child is able to perfectly balance on top of the crib. It seems to be reaching out to something before seemingly being pushed backwards by an unseen presence. It's unknown as to what the child was reacting to, but some believe that something supernatural was responsible for the child's behavior. Now, this might not be the case, as the child's parents for some reason never came into the room, but real or fake, the piercing scream of the child is pretty unsettling. This video, like most others, remains a mystery. On December 2nd of 2022, a family in India has been uploading videos of footage regarding something very strange going on in their apartment. Now, they don't believe in the paranormal, so they hadn't posted any footage at first in the fear of being shamed by family. But the activity in their home was becoming so severe to the point where they had to share footage online to see if anyone can help them out. The following is a series of their videos that get more intense over time. One day, the family is at home when their son sees something in the window that catches his attention. Take a look.
I don't see something.
No, I don't know. What is it, Manu?
Belly.
Where?
It's right here, next to the gun. It's next to the gun.
Now, although this incident doesn't seem that strange, as it could be that their son is expressing his imagination, but little did they know, things would become a lot more unusual. On one occasion, the family is having dinner when a loud bang is heard, followed by the smoke detectors going off for no reason. Ever since, the family would be dealing with stuff like this, but nothing in comparison to what happened a few days later. The following incident has to be the strangest occurrence they've ever experienced. The family plays a traditional prayer through a speaker for the purpose of cleansing their home. As the recording continues to play, this happens.
ये maggots कहाँ से आ रहे हैं? What? Maggots, houseflies के जो worms जो आते हैं ना, दो हैं अभी. इधर है ना? Maggots, not worms. Come and see now. कितना टाइम लगा रही हो?
Later, I will tell you. I want to clean house.
Relax, maggot. Why are you scared? Babes, बच्चा तुमको देख के सीखता है. ड्रामा मत करो.
Without warning, a sudden infestation of maggots have invaded their home, but according to the father, no source was found anywhere in the house that could explain them. It's as though they came out of nowhere. It is at this point that they were certain that something is not right in their home. But just as things got more intense, the family is woken up by a strange noise in the middle of the night. The father cautiously investigates the apartment when this happens. chair that was seen against the wall mysteriously slides across the apartment in a swift movement. The father sees this, at which point he heads into the bedroom to safety. But what happened a few nights later has left the family concerned for their own safety. Watch.
It's almost the same time.
Without warning, loud footsteps are heard charging towards the father at full throttle. As with most incidents caught on camera, this one has left the family terrified beyond belief. They don't know what to do to get rid of whatever is haunting them. But as if this wasn't creepy enough, the father does a follow-up video of him explaining something that might be the reason why strange things are happening to them. This is his video.
Okay, so this is like around 5 months ago. We had actually kept a maid over here. I don't want to mention her nationality, but she had a very strange behavior, and initially we didn't notice it much, but later on, yeah, it was kind of creepy. She used to prepare food for us, and like you can say, like she used to make breakfast and dinner for her, and I don't know why, but she never used to eat her own cooked food. We used to eat the food, and my son, and we have never seen her eating the food in front of her. And whenever we used to ask her, has she eaten her dinner or something, like she used to say, yeah, I've already eaten it. But we used to check the camera that if she's eaten or not. No, we have never seen her eating food at home. And this is where the maid used to sleep. And through the nanny cam, what we used to see her every night, like 1 to 4 a.m., she used to like just sit down in the middle over here and just staring at our bedroom door, which was how can someone have like some kind of insomnia behavior, just sitting still and watching at our bedroom door. We were scared of her. We decided to just lay her off. And after she went, and it was almost for a month, there was no.
Many believe that the maid who was laid off is responsible for the strange and somewhat dangerous activity. They think that the maid put a curse on the family's home as a retaliation for being fired. But whether or not that's so, the activity continues to intensify with each update by the father. That said, this next video is no exception to this notion. The family is once again woken up by mysterious noises. The father grabs his phone and captures this.
अजय मत जाओ, मैं तुम्हारे पैर पड़ती हूँ, प्लीज।
नहीं, कुछ नहीं होता, खबर।
Come here. Okay, I'm not doing this.
Like something out of a horror movie, someone or something mimics the father's voice. It is at this point that the father has seen enough and heads back into his bedroom. Some believe that whatever imitated the father's voice was intending to cause harm, but it's the final incident that is the strangest of all clips. The family is woken up by what sounds like the faucet in the kitchen turning on by itself. This is what was captured.
It's 5 minutes early today. Okay.
Strangely, the faucet in the kitchen runs by itself before the faucet in the bathroom does too, until footsteps are heard and what looks like smoke is seen manifesting out of nowhere. To this day, the family continues to document the strange activity. Now the family does plan on moving out, but it won't be anytime soon as they have to make certain arrangements before doing so. For now, they're stuck in their apartment, but until then, these videos continue to haunt them to this day.